Manchester United have beaten Barcelona 2-1 at Old Trafford to make it through to the next round. Very pleased with that for Manchester United, getting through. A very good win for Manchester United, coming from behind from a Lewandowski penalty, which a lot of people think was a bit soft, but I couldn't give a shit. Manchester United have turned it around in the second half and got another 2 goals at Old Trafford. I'm not sure how many goals, that consecutive games that is, where we've scored at least 2 goals at Old Trafford, but it is impressive. Now, to me, in the first half, Manchester United started off brighter than them. We've put the starting lineup Manchester United put out was pretty much sort of as expected, to be honest. Antony was fit enough to be back along the substitutes. The rest of the back four, it was either Delo or Wan-Bissaka there. He went for Wan-Bissaka and he's gone with Fred instead of Sabitzer in midfield alongside Casemiro. But the rest of the team, I think, pretty much picked itself, to be honest. Sancho getting a goal in the last game starting. Obviously, Weghorst and Rashford have got to play up the top because there's no one else besides Weghorst, and you're not going to drop Bruno Fernandes and the others at the back. So it was pretty much as expected. And after they scored the penalty, it seemed Manchester United dropped a bit off, and it wasn't the greatest of halves for Manchester United, but we went in only 1-0 down, and that gave Manchester United the opportunity still to come back into this game. Manchester United obviously made that substitution, bringing Weghorst off at half time, and to be honest, I personally got nothing against the geezer. He's probably a decent geezer, but he's just not Manchester United quality. We know that, and to be honest, they're probably, I don't know if there was a better option out there or not, but the fact that Anthony Martial is not fit is just a massive concern, because he's a better player than him. And though I've criticised him a number of times over the years, we know Anthony Martial has got the quality, and he was actually scoring goals this season, but for his injury record, who knows, could he have scored a lot of goals? We just don't know. But we've seen flashes over the years of Anthony Martial, but the injury records have just been so shit that we've had to rely on Weghorst. He probably, if Martial had been available all these games, Weghorst would have probably been a substitute and been a player that we brought on rather than started week in, week out. Obviously he won't be here next season, we do know that, but yeah, and he got taken off obviously at half time for Manchester United, and we got that goal back pretty early in the second half. Nice strike from Fred to get Manchester United back level, and that's what you need when you're 1-0 down, the chips are down. You get that fucking early goal back in the second half. I think it was 47th minute Manchester United got the goal, and then Manchester United were better than them, and in the end Manchester United have come out 2-1 winners. Antony getting the goal later on in the game. It was a nice strike from Antony. It was the 2 players I think had a shot, and then it fell to Antony and he rocketed in the bottom corner. Nice strike that from Antony, and Barcelona didn't really look like getting back in the game. Manchester United have obviously made more substitutions in that second half to try and win the game. Obviously Delo coming on, and obviously Garnacho coming on as well to try and get Manchester United over the line and get that second goal to stop it going to extra time. So I think that's what Ten Hag was worried about, stopping it going from extra time with a cup final coming up at the weekend. And I think after that it's Liverpool away. So 2 massive fixtures coming up for Manchester United after this game, but we've got through the tie anyway. He brought McTominay on later on in the game and took Rashford off just to steal up that midfield, just to try and stabilise it a bit, just to see the game off, and we've seen the game off. So I'm pleased with that. I am, because you think first half we were probably almost playing with 10 men, with Weghorst not playing well. Sancho didn't have the best of games, so, and I still think there's massive room in this squad to improve on this starting lineup. I really do. I think you could still bring 3 or 4 players into this starting lineup to improve it. I do. I'm not saying that this team has done bad. It's done all right of late, but I still think the actual starting lineup, I still think there's players in there that could be improved upon, and we can sign more players to improve this team. And if we sign 3 or 4 players to improve this starting lineup, then it could take Manchester United to a whole new level. We will have to wait and see on the rest of the season and into next season whether that is the case. But I think Manchester United are definitely looking a side massively on the up now. And to win a game like that, Manchester United would not have won that game last season. There's no way we would have got through that tie. In previous seasons we would have well, certainly last season we would have lost this, and we may have got away with it in previous seasons under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but it might have been a complete smash and grab. But this time around we've got the job done. Yes, it's not the Barcelona of old, but they're still top of the Liga, and second place Real Madrid smashed Liverpool at Anfield. So I mean, it is what it is. We could only beat what was in front of the Barcelona team that was in front of us. They were without some players, so yes, I do understand that. And Lewandowski is an aging player. He's not the player he was, so it's not the team of old. But still, Manchester United haven't beaten Barcelona in a competitive game since that 2000. I think it's the 2008 Paul Scholes strike. So it's about time Manchester United got our revenge in the Champions League. We've lost to Barcelona in that knockout stage. What was it, a season, or when was it, a couple of seasons ago, and obviously, or whenever it was, and obviously the two Champions League finals as recently as well, in the last 15 years or whatever they are. So it was time for Manchester United to get their own back on Barcelona and get one over them. It wasn't the big game of a Champions League game, but we still got one over on them, and it's nice to get through the tie. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's see who we get in the next round of the Cup. Talk to you all again soon. See ya.